Hello, investors. Hello, YouTube. Um, this is a stock that has been dear to my heart that I've been following for a couple years now. Um, I had about $10,000 in this stock at one point. One time I think I had 5,000, and I maybe made 1,000 and sold, but a few months ago I had $10,000 or 2,000 shares of this stock, and I don't know. I just thought with inflation, with everyone having such a high debt, I thought it was better to have a little more cash on hand. I started wanting to. Well, I had got approved for a housing loan. Um, I've been renting for 12 years now, and um, for me, it worked out because I was able to, live in a very affordable apartment and have more money to invest and save. Um, but in the long run, it's always better to own a house. So, anyway, and then I had lost my job and was in between jobs and in between agents and anyway, I ended up selling almost all of the stock I had. I had 100 shares left, and I even sold that. So, but I goofed because the price I had bought this stock at was around $4 and maybe 50 cents or something. And if you look at um, the last week or so, I mean, it just shot up. I mean, it just went from like 475 to 675. And I think I even had it even cheaper. Because I mean, if you look at I mean, who wants to invest in something that looks like this? I mean, this is terrible. Something that they've done so many reverse splits that once used to be $3,000, and now it had gone down and down and down and down, and this used to be like a dollar stock, and I think they had done a reverse split because I think they had gone below a dollar, and to be on the Nasdaq, you have to have, like, I don't know what it is, 90 consecutive days of trading above a dollar. So a lot of companies do is they do a reverse split. Um, so like the stock might be $10. So they do, if they did like a 10-to-1 reverse split, um, you still have the same. In theory, it doesn't change the value of the company. You just would have less shares. If you had 100 shares at $1, if it goes to $10, you would have like 10 shares. So basically, that's what happened to this company, and it just has slowly gone downhill since the split. And this company might be fraudulent. I don't know, but like I said, don't take my advice for financial advice. I'm not a financial anything. I'm just the average Joe investor, trying to help you guys create some wealth and turn $1 into $2, or $1 into $5. But anyway, I had 2,000 shares, and at around 450, let's say, and it goes to 650. Well, Well, that's $2 a share profit, and I had 2,000 shares. So 2,000 times $2 would be I would have made $4,000 profit. So, I'm a little disappointed in myself that I sold, and maybe this is a good time to get in here. I mean, the reason why it went up so much is they got revenue. I mean, you could buy the whole company today for $10 million, and they got revenues of $92 million that are up 800%. YOY means year over year. But the reason why I love this company, and the reason is they're a technology company, and they were slowly just like going down the tube, and what they started doing is they started buying ownership of these small startup companies, and one example of one of them was ScoutCam. And here's a list of some. One went IPO not that long ago. Jeff Brands. I want to say they own 34% of Jeff Brands. They own there was some internet company called Geeks or whatever that they own a large percentage of. Some EV thing, and I mean, this is when Tesla was going nuts. I mean, here's a small company that's investing in EV, electric vehicles, and nobody's paying any attention. And then this Aventure thing, they own a large chunk of that. That's like concert tickets and stuff. But basically what they do is they buy ownership of these small businesses and then IPO them, spin them off. And I'll go to I don't know what the damn symbol is. Yeah, I can't remember, but it's called ScoutCam. Anyway, the other company is it's like trading at $1 or something. But the reason why I like this company, like I said, they had ownership of I swear it was like 30 or 40% ownership of like 10 companies. But the thing that I can't figure out is if their strategy is to IPO these companies. A normal IPO, if you have a good underwriter, the stock will shoot up immensely. I mean, a lot of people just buy IPOs, and you might buy a share at $1, and then when it opens, it shoots to $7 or $8. And I don't normally like to invest in IPOs because when you buy an IPO, you're basically the banks charge probably 20% financing, and it costs a lot of money to make stuff public. But usually, it's probably at least 20% overvalued when it's listed. But the thing is supply and demand. So a lot of IPOs, you might want to buy 1,000 shares, and you might only be able to get 10 shares. But this I don't know. This is just a little snapshot of the liabilities, the equities, and I haven't really dug into this recently. But I do like, if they own 50% ownership of 10 different companies, and just one of the 10 does well, I mean, they're going to make money. And And not only that, but earlier in the year they had a crazy dividend. They paid almost $2 million in a one-time dividend, and that's the reason why the dividend right here is. But this was last year, so this isn't a future dividend. There's no. They were going to do buybacks as well, but which is good for it. It's good if you think that the company is undervalued, for a company to buy back their own stock. But of course, the U.S. Senate did something really stupid, and or the House, I can't remember, but they did a 1% tax on buybacks. But what is really stupid is for companies to buy back their shares if it's overpriced. It's only good for the company to buy back their shares if they think it's undervalued. And but yeah, this company had paid a $1.6 million dividend. I mean, like I said, I had 2,000 shares of this company. You know, and if you're getting 85 cents a share, I mean, that's a pretty good dividend. But anyway, this thing, that's the reason this thing shot up. But that's how investing works. I mean, you know, you hold this thing for 2 years, nothing happens. It just goes down and down and down and down and down, and it just, things go from bad to worst. And then all of a sudden you get a dead cat bounce. But yeah, this is the same. This is how I found DAC. You know, that went up 30x. You look at a chart like this, and who in the hell wants to buy this? Nobody does. You know, but because I've actually been studying this company for a couple years, and they have ownership of, like I said, so many different companies. I mean, it is ridiculous how much. And the only thing I can think of is maybe it's a scam. Maybe it's not true. Maybe it's fraudulent or something. I don't know, but if it's true, this is a steal. And hopefully once I start making some money again, I can start. Of course, I got to refill my emergency fund and rebuild my cash position up a little bit. But I want to start going back and start investing in things like this. So if you had owned this and it went up and you made a little bit of money, I'm happy for you. And but yeah, that's just funny. You know, you hold a stock for 2 years and you sell it. You know, like the week that it shoots up, you know, 30% or whatever it was. I don't know what the percentage is, but I think it had shot up 30% in one day or something. Anyway, thank you for watching.